For decades, we've all learned to speak the language of software, right? Clicking buttons, navigating menus, filling out all those forms. But something really fundamental is changing. We're on the edge of a world where software finally learns to speak our language. So let's dive into this huge shift from user interfaces to just user intent.
We've always been chasing this idea of intuitive interfaces, but this is something else entirely. I mean, what if you didn't need an interface at all? What if you could just say what you want out loud, and the software just figures out how to get it done? That's the big question we're going to unpack today. And this slide, it just lays it all out perfectly. On the left, that's the world we live in now, the traditional model. You, the user, have to click your way through an interface to get anything done. You're the bottleneck. But on the right, that's the new agentic model. You just state your goal, your intent, and an AI agent orchestrates all the little actions to make it happen. The whole game shifts from navigating clicks to just expressing what you want.
To really get how powerful this is, we first have to appreciate the problem we're solving. We have to talk about the old way, what we can call the tyranny of clicks. It's that frustrating gap between what you want in your head and actually making it happen on the screen.
Just think about booking a hotel. It should be simple, right? But look at the actual steps. You open the website, you click hotels, you type in the city, you pick your dates, click search, then you scroll through this endless list. Click a hotel, pick a room, click book, fill out your personal info, then your payment info. I mean, it just keeps going. All told, it comes out to about 14 manual steps. 14 different times you have to know exactly what to do and where to click. Every single one of those steps is a point of friction, a place where you can get frustrated and just give up.
Okay, now let's compare that to the agentic way. The exact same task, it's done in just 3 conversational exchanges. You say, I need a hotel in Chicago. The agent comes back with a personalized recommendation. You say, looks great, book it. Done. That is the incredible leap we're talking about. From tedious, painful navigation to just effortless conversation.
So, the big question is, why is this massive shift happening right now? Well, it's because AI itself has fundamentally evolved. It's not just about predicting things anymore. It's about actually taking action. Let's walk through the 3 phases that brought us to this moment. So first, we had predictive AI. Think of Netflix recommending a movie. It was all about analyzing data to forecast what you might like. Then, of course, came generative AI, your ChatGPTs, which can create brand new content when you prompt it. But this third phase, agentic AI, this is the real game changer. This AI doesn't wait for a prompt at every single step. It takes autonomous action to achieve a goal. It goes from being a tool to being a teammate.
So what actually gives agentic AI this new superpower to act on its own? It really boils down to 5 fundamental capabilities. Let's call them the 5 powers. And if you understand these, you'll understand what AI agents are truly capable of. All right, the first power is to see. And we're not just talking about recognizing a cat in a photo. This is about understanding visual context. It's the ability to look at a screenshot of an error message and know what's wrong, or to pull data from a scanned invoice, or even to navigate a website by seeing where the buttons are.
Second, an agent has to be able to hear. This is the power of audio processing. It's how it understands our spoken language. It's about taking your verbal requests, transcribing a whole meeting in real time, and even picking up on the tone of voice, detecting frustration or excitement.
The third power, and this is a really big one, is to reason. And this is so much more than basic logic. It's about analyzing complex trade-offs, like choosing the best hotel based on price, location, and your past preferences. It's the ability to chain steps together. If this happens, then do that, then check the result, and decide what to do next.
Fourth, an agent has to be able to act. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is its ability to actually do things out in the digital world. We're talking about calling an API to book that flight, running tests on code it just wrote, or orchestrating a workflow that spans your email, your calendar, and your project management tool all at once.
And finally, the 5th power is to remember. Because, let's face it, an agent with amnesia isn't very useful. This power lets it maintain context from one conversation to the next. It recalls that you always prefer a quiet room, it can reference a decision you made last week, and, crucially, it learns from your feedback to get smarter over time.
Okay, so let's put it all together using that hotel example. Check this out. It all starts when the agent hears your request.
It immediately remembers your preferences from your past trips. Then it acts by searching for hotels, and it sees the visual data, like maps and photos. From there, it reasons to figure out the absolute best option for you. And finally, it acts again to book the room, schedule an Uber from the airport, and put it all on your calendar. It's a symphony of these 5 capabilities all working together.
So, now we know what agents can do with these 5 powers. But let's peek under the hood for a minute and see how they're actually built. This brings us to what's being called the modern AI stack, the technical architecture that makes all of this a reality. This table really shows the evolution so clearly. Just a couple of years ago, everything was built with custom, one-off APIs, which meant you were totally locked into one vendor. But the modern stack is blowing that up. We're moving to standardized connectors, we'll talk about those in a sec, that means zero lock-in, and communication is shifting from a one-way command to a real two-way conversation between the AI and its tools. And the key to this whole new open world is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. And honestly, the best way to think about it is right here. MCP is the USB for AI. I mean, think about it. USB lets any device connect to any computer, right? Well, MCP does the same thing. It lets any AI agent connect to any tool or any database in a completely standard way. It's a huge deal.
So this new stack is built in 3 distinct layers. At the very bottom, you've got the brain, the big frontier models that do all the heavy lifting, the reasoning. In the middle, you have the workbench, the environment where the AI actually operates. And then at the top layer, you have the most important new piece of the puzzle, the tools, which we're now calling agent skills. And that right there brings us to what might be the single most important takeaway from all of this, especially for anyone who's actually building with this technology. The whole way we think about interacting with AI is changing. We are moving beyond just writing prompts.
So here it is, the big shift. The old way, just last year really, was all about prompt engineering. You know, writing these super long, super fragile system prompts and constantly having to go in and fix the AI's mistakes. The new way is skill authoring. Instead of just hoping the AI gets it right, you're engineering the constraints around it so it can't get it wrong.
So what does a skill actually look like? Well, here's a fantastic example for a database. It's a whole package. It's got metadata telling the agent when to use it, actual logic like a Python script to pull data, and even a procedure, a guide on how to interpret that data. Think about it this way. You're not just teaching the agent to fish for a day, you're building it a permanent, upgradable fishing rod.
And that leaves us with one final critical question for anyone building in this new world. The challenge is no longer about finding the magic words for the perfect prompt. The real, valuable work is in building these durable, reusable skills. So, you have to ask yourself, are you building prompts or are you authoring skills?